criminalize people with homosexuals. We have now decided. We have now decided that we are bringing on another law, which is a total distraction.
Uncle, please come to your question.
The concern is that
we're running out of time.
Everywhere you go from now,
please
people
ask your
will ask
question.
you about the LGBT bill and why we needed it.
Thank you very much.
I wish you well.
Thank you very much, Uncle. Thank you. We'll go back upstairs very quickly. If you're ready upstairs, we'll take your question, or else we'll have to come back down. You have the floor. You have the floor, ma'am. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam. Thank you, Mr. President. My question is very brief. I have a registered business and I am planning to undergo land reclamation and restoration. I want to ask whether I would have any support from the government, because I'm going to be starting as a starter and on a low scale, then I'll move on to a large scale. That is my plan, and I would like to know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. We'll come to our Nananom for one more question before our president takes.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Madam.
Please hold on. Please hold on.
Let me get her question.
Decorum, please.
Let me get her question again. You say you want to do land reclamation. For what purpose? You want to do a palm plantation, or what do you want to do? I can't hear you.
Please hand her the mic. Thank you.
I want to undergo land reclamation to restore the illicit mining site into a better land in the foreseeable future. Then I would want to know if I would have or get any support from the government, because it's very important for us to restore the lands that have been destroyed so far as a result of Galamsey.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll take one question from Nananom. Thank you.
Mr. President and State Ministers, we welcome you all back to the UK. During your speech and that of the Minister, you made an assertion that we have a lot of people in diaspora putting a lot of money into the Ghanaian economy. We have been here, we've produced professionals, so much so that we are also here giving birth to our children and nurturing them here. The situation where our children are being cultured by the Western culture. The question I have here is, the Nananom Progressive, which is an association of all the institute chiefs and kings over here. Actually, my name is Nana Ajenim Boati. I am the Jasehine of Asante Dwabin Yankroma, and also the Assistant Secretary for Nananom Progressive UK. Our question is this: whilst we grow our children here and we're trying to integrate our culture into their living, we are trying to ask the government, is there any chance that the government can either partner with the traditional leaders in the UK in securing a community center just for Ghanaians? Because whilst we meet to do our Deba, while we meet to do our traditional festivals, we do so in the corridors of private hired places. I think it's about time the Ghanaians can call one of our own. So we want to see if we can partner with the government.
Please round up your question. Thank you very much, Nana. Thank you. We'll give the President the opportunity to respond to those rounds of questions. Please, you have the floor, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. I guess the first question was about research and how we integrate research into our economic progress. It's something that we've been dealing with. Recently, I had a meeting with the CSIR, which is the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. And the main discussion we had is how to take those research findings on their shelves and commercialize them. And so the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry has linked the CSIR with industry. There are some successful researches that have carried over into commercialization. For instance, if you wanted to eat fufu, you had to go and get a pestle and a mortar and pound it. Today, many of you just take a bowl, you pour the plantain fufu powder, and then you mix it, and then you get tasty fufu to eat. So that is a successful example of research, that has transitioned into commercial use. There are several other such. For instance, our CSIR have done research that have found a black-eyed pea, which is the beans we use for yokegari. One of the major problems with that black-eyed pea was infestation with weevils. They've got a bean that is resistant to the borer that bores into the bean. And so that is being commercialized. Farmers are being given the new beans for trials, and if it's successful, then they will upscale it so that everybody can benefit. Those are successful examples, but everyday research is being carried out, and I do believe that we have the will to be able to move that research into commercial production. Let me make a correction. Akosombo is not running only 2 turbines. Akosombo is running all the 6 turbines. There are 6 turbines, and it produces 1,020 megawatts of power. If you were following what happened recently, we had an explosion of the switch control room, and all the turbines got shut down. And as our engineers worked to bypass the control room, we kept announcing that turbine 1 has come back on stream, turbine 2 has come back on stream, turbine 3 has come back on stream. Indeed, when I visited them, turbine 4 was back, and by the next day, turbine 5 and 6 had all come back. So Akosombo is running at full capacity. And your dam can only be as large as your water supply. Ethiopia's dam is on the Nile, which is one of the biggest rivers in Africa. And so Akosombo cannot produce 5,000 megawatts of water with the volume of water we have in the Volta Lake. And that's why we've repeated and done other dams along the same Volta. So if you go to the Black Volta, we've set up the Bui Dam, which produces almost 300 megawatts of power. Then if you go downstream Akosombo, we have the Pong Dam, which also produces about 130, 150 megawatts of power. So we're using the same water 3 times already. And so you can't blow up Akosombo and put a 5,000 megawatt dam there, unfortunately, because the volume of water does not sustain a 5,000 megawatt dam. The issue of youth crime, I think I'll leave to the mayor. Later you can find time and consult your mayor and your councillor and find out what you're doing within your borough to keep our children safe. But like I said, it's a matter of worry. The stabbings we hear. I mean, I think a year ago or 2, a young Ghanaian girl was stabbed, and it really is a matter of worry. And so I cannot give a prescription for that. With regards to flooding, the flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. It's not an engineering problem, it's a problem of indiscipline. We have drains, and everybody says, why don't you do sealed drains? But the problem is when we do sealed drains, people drink sachet water, they eat papaya in those styrofoam plastics, and they just dump them anywhere. And these plastics wash into the drain, and they go and block the drain. And so if you have to unclog the drain, you have to remove all the drain covers and clean it out. You clean it out, you cover it again. In the next 3, 4, 5 months, they have clogged again. But that is not even the major problem. The major problem is the location of Accra. You have the Kwapim mountain range, and you have the Atlantic Ocean. Before people came to Accra, you had the Lafa stream, you had the Densu, you had the Sakumo stream, you had the Kole stream, you had the Odo stream. All of them were rainwater that falls in the mountains that flow through to the Atlantic Ocean. then you come and build a city in the path of those streams. What do you expect the streams to do? And even if you build, leave the causeways. If you come to London, you see the canals in the city. If you go and build a house in that canal, where will the water go? It will go back into people's houses. Unfortunately, Nana Mistremu, our traditional rulers are selling plots in streams. It's not these Nana Numa I'm talking about. We have places they call Ramsar sites. These Ramsar sites are wetlands. And they say that migratory birds come from Europe during the winter. They come and spend vacation with us in Africa. Then when they finish the vacation and it's summer, they fly back. And they decided to protect the Ramsar sites because of the migratory birds. But let me tell you what the Ramsar sites do. They are wetlands. So when they receive the water from the Kwapim mountain range, the Ramsar sites are huge wetlands. So they absorb the water into the wetlands and discharge the water gradually into the ocean. So if you build and you fill and build, you fill and build, you fill and build, you are reducing the size of the Ramsar site, of the wetland. And so when the water comes, what is left cannot contain the water. And so it will overflow and flood people's houses. I've seen from the air, helicopter, a stream coming from the Kwapim range. And then it reaches somewhere and they've built across it. And so the stream has nowhere to continue. So it will flood your houses and flood houses of people behind. Now when government takes action and begins breaking people's houses out of the waterway, the same people will say, hey, that's our problem. And part of the problem is the local councils and the assemblies. Unfortunately, our councils are not working as good as yours. You will find a house in a waterway and somebody signed a building permit for them to build there. Look at the Weja Dam. The Weja Dam provides about 30–40% of Accra's water. It has a spillway, and every year when it rains, the water reaches a level. And when it reaches that level, they have to open the spillway, otherwise it can break the dam and cause destruction downstream. In the dry season, these same traditional rulers and Shikong Cheme, owners of land, will sell land to people in the spillway of the Weja Dam. And so you start building, and then when the rains come and they open the spillway, your house is flooded with water. And he says, why isn't government doing anything about the flooding problem? It's because you went and built in a place you shouldn't have built. And so we need, one, to punish those who signed the permits for that. And so the district chief executives, I told the Minister of Local Government, we should find out who are signing the permits for people to build in these waterways. And my minister misspoke. She said we'll transfer them to the north. We're not transferring them to the north, we're sacking them. So that it serves as a deterrent. Otherwise we'll continue to have this problem. And we must have the hard heart to remove those houses that are blocking the waterways. And so if you see demolitions going on and other things, it's to protect the property of everybody. And then after blowing time, I don't know which ministers you are referring to. They say you guys are blowing time instead of working. The ministers I know are working very hard. I've seen occasionally, maybe on their birthday, they bring a cake to the office, and then for a few minutes everybody cuts the cake and then they go back to work. But I haven't seen anybody throw an ostentatious party, because I told all of them I'm watching them, and I haven't yet put on record anybody who has blown time and ostentation. With land reclamation, you would have to talk to the Gold Board. We have started some land reclamation, and we worked with Newmont, and the first 800 hectares of land has been reclaimed, and we're going to plant oil palm on it. And so Gold Board and the Lands Ministry, Environmental Protection Agency are collaborating to reclaim mined out lands. It is a very expensive venture. So if you say you're going to reclaim 86 mine sites, I don't know how you're going to do that, because the kind of equipment you need to reclaim 86 mine sites goes beyond the private venture. It's government that must put the resources in, and the mining companies have to also put resources in. And so that's why we started with the Newmont example, and it's going to be scaled up so that all the other companies, Goldfields and all the other companies also put money in so that we can reclaim the lands. But in order to make it sustainable, we are thinking of introducing a reclamation bond for small-scale mining industries. We have it for large scale, but we don't have it for small scale. You have to put a portion of your profit into a fund, so that when you finish mining, if you don't reclaim the land, we will use that fund to pay contractors to come and level the land and then plant oil palm on it. Nana, with the community center, I beg you. I don't think Atu will give me the money to come and do it. If you yourselves contribute and you need some help, then you can appeal, and then we'll see how we can help. But for us to come and acquire a community center is going to be difficult, because then after that, Germany will also ask, then Switzerland will ask, then Boston will ask, then Philadelphia will ask, and everybody will ask. So you do self-help, and if you gather some money and you think we should contribute, then we can see what to do to assist. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for answering those questions so openly and so frankly as well. I can actually feel a new KPI coming up for the Lands Minister. If there's anything I love about His Excellency, it's his zero tolerance for non-accountability. I think that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, Bunny, I'm supposed to. This is right here.
Okay, our president is signing your book, young lady. Your wish has been duly granted. That brings us, sadly, to the end of our questions, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've got 1,000,001 questions to ask, but unfortunately, we won't be able to take all the questions. Some of the all of the questions, I'm sure you can direct to the Ghana High Commission. They'll be happy, more than happy to take that. On that note, okay, President is signing another one. Please direct your questions to the Ghana High Commission. I feel a local town hall with Her Excellency Sabazito Benson coming up soon to address the rest of the questions that you've got. So please keep those questions, and thank you for your insightful questions. Thank you to the President for being so open and honest with us in his responses as well, for listening to us. Mr. President, thank you very much. Thank you so much for answering our questions. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this event, this grand event you've seen here today would not have been possible without support from our sponsors. So let's take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors, and while we do that, let's enjoy some music from Saxman Ellis. Saxman Ellis. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. Can I please respectfully ask that we take our seats because we have not yet come to the end of the program. Respectfully, kindly take your seats. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would now like to call on the Deputy Head of Chancery. Sorry, pardon me, the Deputy Head of Mission at the Ghana High Commission, Mr. Aquinas Kwanzaa, to give us the vote of thanks. Kindly take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, honorable ministers here present, leaders of the Ghanaian community, Nime, Naime, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor as a Deputy High Commissioner of the Republic of Ghana to deliver this vote of thanks. Your Excellency, permit me to express our profound appreciation for making time to engage with Ghanaians residents in the United Kingdom and its environs. This town hall meeting brings most of us together as one big family. Your presence here today and the candid exchange of views we have witnessed reaffirm your commitment to inclusive governance and your desire to maintain a strong connection with the Ghanaian diaspora. We are grateful for your insights you have shared on government vision, achievements, and plans for our nation. We are equally appreciative of the opportunity given to members of the Ghanaian community to express their views and concerns in a spirit of mutual respect and patriotism. I wish also to thank the ministers, government officials, community leaders, Nime and Naime, and all those whose hard work and dedication contributed to the success of this gathering. To our Ghanaian in the United Kingdom, thank you for your participation and continued contribution to the development and international image of our beloved country. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we assure you of our continued support in advancing the interest of Ghana and strengthening the bonds between our nation and its diaspora. On behalf of the Ghana High Commission in London, I thank you once again and wish you and your delegation a pleasant and successful stay in the United Kingdom. God bless you, Your Excellency, and God bless our homeland Ghana, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the vote of thanks. Before we proceed to the next stage of this program, I would like to call upon a young lady by the name Kamina to serenade us with some music. A round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Kimina, K-I-M-I-N-A. You can find me on all music platforms, Kimina Music. Please enjoy this music called Oh My God. Thank you.
my